Well, meanwhile, fears that congressional inaction could lead to a correction for stocks. Senator Mitch McConnell signaling doubts about a health care vote and suggesting Republicans may reach out to Democrats to pass an Obamacare fix. That worries a lot of conservatives among the Republican Party. To Politico's Capitol Hill reporter Rachael Bade now on details. So what is the latest, Rachael, on any kind of compromise between liberal Republicans and conservative Republicans?
Well, I think that McConnell's threat there to work with Democrats is nothing other than a scare tactic to try to get the various parts of his conference that are fighting over this bill to come to an agreement and actually get this done. On the one side, you have conservatives who are saying the bill doesn't go farther enough in terms of repealing Obamacare, and then you have moderates who are worried about what this is going to do to constituents and think it goes too far and is too conservative. So basically, we're hearing McConnell right now come out and threaten that he's going to work with Democrats, and that's sort of a scare tactic to tell them, if you don't do this, then you're not going to get any of your priorities. So it's time to come together and get this done.
Well, then you have the Ted Cruz amendment. And, of course, Ted Cruz, there's no love lost between Ted Cruz and Mitch McConnell. I remember Ted Cruz calling McConnell, essentially calling him a liar on the floor of the Senate at one point. Are they able to get over that? And are they now working together for some kind of compromise?
There's a lot going on behind closed doors. They're absolutely trying to get to a place where they can get these conservatives. They know that they need them in order to pass it back through the House again once it passes through the Senate. There's a lot of talk about this Cruz amendment, which would basically allow insurance companies to sell policies that do not meet Obamacare regulations to offer sort of cheaper coverage. There's a question about whether that can even get through the Senate because of procedural rules. So, you know, I think eventually they're going to figure out how to do this. I don't know if the Cruz amendment is actually going to be called in order and passed through the Senate, but McConnell has a problem right now. He's got to get these guys. If he doesn't get someone like Cruz, there's no way this thing is going to pass in the House, even if it passes through the Senate. So he's got this, you know, he's balancing on a knife's edge right now.
And that would be bad for President Trump, but it may be even worse for McConnell. McConnell absolutely represents the kind of establishment that Donald Trump says he was voted in to kick out of Washington, so that might add a little fuel to that fire.
Yeah, I would say if they don't pass something, that's going to be absolutely detrimental to Republicans in Congress. There's no doubt about that. I think that if they don't get this done, there's a possibility they could actually lose the House and their majorities in Congress. So they absolutely need to do this if they're going to show voters that they can follow through on what they promised. And if they don't, they're going to be in trouble politically in 2018.
They could also be in trouble, particularly with the conservatives, if they add any taxes that didn't exist before. That's why the border tax, a lot of people feel, is by the wayside, which is okay by me. I don't think we need another tax. But there was also some suspicion this week, and it was just based on a one-source story. I think it was Axios that had it, that Steve Bannon had floated the idea of raising taxes on the wealthy. I understand that idea is dead as well, no?
I can't imagine that getting through Congress, Republican-controlled Congress. You mentioned the border tax. I think that that is one of the biggest issues that we're going to see potentially blocking a tax bill from coming forward, because that is an idea that Paul Ryan is gung-ho behind. The White House doesn't like it. Moderates in the House don't like it. Conservatives don't like it. A lot of people don't like it, but he's insisting that they move forward on that. So they're at a standstill when it comes to tax reform.
One man against so many people. I wonder what happened to Paul. I remember when he was working with Jack Kemp, by the way, he was in favor of any tax cut, never in favor of any tax increase, certainly not a new tax. Got to leave it there. Rachael, thank you very much for being here. Appreciate it.